I think the path to financial freedom and peace as an athlete and entrepreneur, whoever's out there who is an athlete, maybe professional, maybe just getting into college or maybe at the end of his college career, or you're established pro in any sport and you're trying to make side money by helping other players younger than you, and you're still trying to continue your career, and by continuing by making and generating more money online, you can extend your career because you're not worried about extra money and like the social constructs of like, I need to make more money, stuff like that. Like, if nothing mattered and money truly didn't matter, then, which it really doesn't at the end of the day, people who play pro, they would keep playing pro till like they're 35 because they can. But most people stop because at a certain point, it's like they're making such little money, and playing professional, playing something that they mastered their entire life, and then they're like, the money's not worth it. I need to start something else. But why can't you do both? Like, for me, the biggest limiting belief was like, I can't do both. I can't play pro and I can't run a business on the side and help mentor players. But once I got rid of that limiting belief, once I kind of combined those into one goal, that's when everything kind of opened up for me, and it was like, okay, 10K months are possible, 20K months are possible, 30K months cash collected are possible, and like, obviously the rest is history. And it's like, you create something that's fulfilling, and I think many pros out there, they're somewhat fulfilled in their sport, but there's many components in life. There's the financial factor, there's the relationship factor, there's the you know your passion, your actual purpose kind of side of things. There's spirituality, there's your connection with God, there's the financial side, right? There's many facets of life, and when one goes up high, to like a 10 out of 10, like let's say your fulfillment in your sport's really high, but you're not making a lot of money, you're like, fuck, like, I feel great in my sport, I'm killing it, but like, I'm making fuck all money. So then you think about the money, because that's like, that needs to be higher up. So it's like, you know, we're always trying to level up different sectors of our lives. I saw that on a video once, and it makes sense because every time I started doing well in one facet of my life, whether it's God or whether it's spirituality or whether it's financially or whether it's my sport, I always go to the other things, right? If I'm doing well in hockey, I'm like, how can I make more money? If I'm making a lot of money, then I'm like, how can I increase my relationship with God? And but yeah, I just want to like come out here and say it's possible. Like it is very possible. Like it's very doable. Is it easy? No, it's not. It's not easy. And this is what I want to talk about in this video, about like the constructs of society and your mind. Like your mind and your ego. Your ego is based off, it really is your entire belief system of who you are, who you think you are, your traumas, your experiences, your wins, your losses, and they kind of culminate how your parents brought you up, and it kind of boils it down into like one like kind of idea of what you are, and based off that idea of what you are, like also the beliefs that coincide with that determines your reality. So like, if your parents constantly argued about money, and money felt scarce, and you're trying to feel like that dude who has a lot of money, you're trying to manifest a shit ton of money, you're trying to feel rich, but your parents from 0 to 7, they were yelling and feeling stressed about money, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult because subconsciously you don't feel rich internally. Internally, you actually feel like you're always chasing for money, which is something I had to figure out. So money blocks filter into this kind of whole limiting belief scheme as well. But it goes into anything. It goes into like confidence. It goes into like literally any facet of life, of like what you can do. And it's always in terms of leveling up. Like, everybody knows manifesting. Everybody is manifesting 24/7. Manifesting is happening 24/7. There's no, oh, I'm gonna think about this, I'm gonna feel how it feels like to feel this, and I'm gonna do it, and then the rest of the day, like, no, like, you're constantly 24/7 manifesting. And it wasn't until I learned it's actually 24/7. Like, it's a fucking disciplined practice. It's like if you let the ball off and you enter scarcity mindset and you let your nervous system flare up. When I mean by nervous system, I mean by slight tension in your jaw, slight tension in your heart, worrying about a specific monetary value, worrying about whether you're going to make it or not, worry about if you're going to be late to the fucking practice or not. That is what I'm talking about, getting into lack. You know, because like at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? But two, it's not just about not giving a fuck. It's about feeling like you have peace and you have abundance and you feel freedom and you feel peace and you feel almost relief, but you just feel chill. It's like I'm good. Like I'm fucking good. Like not like I'm good at what I do, but it's like I don't know. Like I'm good. Like I'm good no matter what, and I'm worth so much, you know. And that like feeling of deservingness and worthiness. Just drinking my afternoon coffee. That feeling of worthiness, like you're worth something, it goes a long way, because it takes your goals off the pedestal, and it activates the correct feeling that Neville Goddard talks about. The correct feeling, right? Feeling is the key. Taking the goals off the pedestal gets you less excited about it because you think of yourself as something bigger than the goal. And if you think of yourself something bigger than the goal, then the goal almost either becomes below you or on the same kind of par as you. So in a sense, like, you know, almost like the detachment in a sense, but I don't know. It just makes you feel good. It makes you feel it's abundance. Like, trust me, I know it. I know it for a fact. Anyways, when I work with, you know, my hockey players or athletes or entrepreneurs or sports guys who are trying to run businesses and get to 10, 20K, 30K a month, you know, and in my personal experience too, like the biggest breakthroughs are when you rewire something in your mind that you had no clue. Like if you had no clue, you had no conscious knowledge that you had a fear of being seen, or a fear that your best friends were gonna make fun of you if you posted content, then that's actually the thing blocking you from hitting an extra level in your business or a level in yourself. Not the fact that you're not putting in the right systems, right? Because at the end of the day, like the systems are pretty simple for like an entrepreneur who's trying to get mentor people. It's create like content, like make sure people know who the fuck you are and what you do. Have a good offer. Know how to create a fucking great offer. And then like setting, like make sure make sure like you know the setting process in the DMs. Make sure you have a locked in sales process, and then make sure that fulfillment is locked into a T in terms of like structure. Right, and then like make sure you're gathering testimonials and whatnot, and like maybe you can hire a setter at that point. But that's the framework, no matter what. And scaling is simply like either hiring out other parts of that system to make sure like you're generating more volume or it's happening quicker. Like getting a closer, getting a setter. Like I have a setter. I also set myself because I'm very good at it. But like you could be running the right systems with at scale. You could be hiring, you could have like 5 employees under you, 1 setter, 1 closer, you have a content guy, you have a this, you have an editor. But like if your mental framework, like if you have a limiting belief of some sort, you'll be capped at a certain level. You'll be capped at 10K a month. No matter what. You won't be able to break out. You can invest in like a $10,000. You can invest in like a $10,000 service. You can invest in like a $10,000 mentor coach who's gonna like go in and like do these systems and shit for you. But if your mindset, if you have limiting beliefs and you're not able to hit that level of freedom and peace on a very, and hold that frequency, it's a frequency, right? If you're not able to do that, it's going to be very difficult and frustrating for you, as it was for me, and as it continue it continues to like learn these things where it's like, fuck, man, is it really all fucking mental? Is it really all through the heart and the mind? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Because then you get to a certain point where it's like, oh my God, just like you get so much clarity when you're on the right frequency. Um, but yeah, I kind of just babbled there, but like, hopefully I open some some questions or some kind of like new ideas into whoever's watching this, and if, obviously hopefully finding it interesting. Let me know. Comment on things you want to learn about more. But I run a business. I play professional hockey. I help mentor hockey players and entrepreneurs and especially athletes. So um, if you want to get to 10K a month as an entrepreneur and professional or D1 athlete, and you don't know where to start, or you're already making like less than $2,000 a month, and you want to get to 10K, yeah, hit me up. We're kind of starting an offer, but we're in the ground stages of it. So we've took on like 5 people so far. It's going well, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.